Hey everyone, my name is Dana Gelsomino, and this is episode 6 of the Ask a Question show, the show in which you ask a question about any type of narcissistic or otherwise abusive or toxic situation, and I, along with the rest of the audience here, will do our very best to help answer it. Our goal here is to help empower you with our feedback and our support so that you can move forward in getting that clarity and the closure and the healing that you so deserve. And so today's question comes from Bo. Bo asks, it seems that narcissists always have addictions and that they're always in denial, creating elaborate cover-ups and have tons of excuses. Some of their addictions are often cigarettes, food, porn, lies, dodging work, etc. I'd love a video answer as to why that is, and then a way for us to spot it early. Thank you. Okay, Bo, well, that's a really great question. So yes, there does seem to be a strong correlation. I'm moving away from using the word narcissist. I'm trying to get people to focus more on the behaviors instead of the terminology, because the terminology is always changing. So, but the behaviors don't. So, okay, so we're talking about, highly manipulative, dangerous or destructive people. And the behaviors that they have. These kinds of people do tend to have a lot of addictions. I don't know if there's really been any studies that show why that is. My guess is it probably has something to do. There have been certain brain studies done on both. Well, I don't know if they've really been done on like narcissists as we used to know them. I know that they were done at a time on people that were deemed to be psychopaths, which is still in that same cluster, that cluster B category of personality disorders. And those brain studies came back showing really reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex and in the amygdala, and the kind of the areas that control different type of behavior function and behavior modification. So addiction, my guess is it probably is the same areas of the brain. I'm not 100% sure. I would be really curious to hear from some different, neurosurgeons or different type of neurologists type people out there and see if they have any ideas as to why there's such a strong correlation between the two. But as far as why or spotting these behaviors, really what we can all do, all any of us can do is just give it time. When you first meet somebody, or when you first, maybe not even meet somebody, but when you first decide that you're wanting to give more of your time to a certain person, I mean, you could have known them. Like for my example, I had known Steve for several years, but I had known him in a very limited way. I definitely did not know him well enough to date him to move as quickly as we did with our relationship. My defenses were down because I thought, well, I'd known him for several years, even though I didn't really know him that well. I thought I knew him. So I guess what I'm saying is to take things slow when you're moving, when you're moving with a person, when your relationship is moving forward. So the good thing about highly manipulative, dangerous or destructive people is that they do come with red flags. And a lot, and honestly, in all fairness, we all have a lot of behavior that can be potential red flags. So all any of us can do is when you do see these red flags with somebody, and they are there, we all have some of them, is to slow down and examine them and to figure out, is this normal behavior or is this problematic behavior? And kind of the main difference is it's problematic behavior if it keeps happening over and over and over again. So in that just takes time. It just takes time. I think probably the vast majority of people, myself included, there's a window. There's like a 30-day window of when you first meet a person, especially in the capacity of a relationship, where highly manipulative people push you to go fast. There's a very quick exchange of power and control where the victim finds themselves not in control of the speed of the relationship. This other manipulative person is telling them everything that they want to hear. They're throwing off all kinds of red flags. I've yet to meet a victim who said, yes, there were absolutely no red flags. If you go through my red flag series, you'll see that maybe you weren't aware of all the red flags, but yes, that there were red flags there. So it's they move you so fast that we gloss over all of these red flags, and then next thing you know, you're in deep trouble with this person because they're not who they presented themselves originally to be. So going slow, don't get really try not to get emotionally involved. Ideally, don't have sex. If you're in a relationship with somebody for that first month, give it time to really see this person clearly without getting hung up on this amazing connection you might feel, or have this amazing sex that you might be having, to really think clearly about who this person is, so you can really make an informed decision about whether or not to move forward. And of course, you want this person to you want to see them how they are around their friends. The number one tool of abusive people is isolation. And they do this in a variety of ways. They do this physically by moving the victim away from people, their support system. And they also do this emotionally through the love bombing, right? So they're going to be giving you this amazing sex, giving you these compliments, and all of this constant communication, this texting and phone messages, and talking on the phone, and all these things. And it's isolating because the victim is spending more and more time with this person and less time with their support system. And so it creates this really intense kind of soulmate connection with this abusive person early on, and then the victim's not thinking clearly. So it really helps to, that first month, to go things slow. You set the pace of the relationship. If they're not okay with that, a normal, healthy person would be okay with that. So don't let them tell you that you must have issues with men or with women or with commitment or trust or what have you. That may or may not be true. Frankly, it really doesn't matter. You need to move at the pace that you're comfortable with. So when you start seeing these red flags, that you can examine them from a place of good judgment, not from a place of glossing over them or hoping that this amazing person really is everything that they say that they're going to be. So I hope that answers your question. I will be curious to see what other people in the audience have to say, and hopefully between all of us, we can give you some input that'll help you to move forward and go from there. So, and if anybody else has a question out there, you can email me your question at dana@narcissistsupport.com, and I'll do my best to make a video of it and put it out there. And then if you have any questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, ideas for videos, you need some support, you just want to say hi, please feel free to contact me as well. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, you are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can heal from this, okay? And remember, the best revenge is a good life. So get busy making that amazing life for yourself, okay? Take care, and I will talk to you soon.